Okay, all right. And what is the last lesson of the unit? Brace yourself because this is gonna be a pretty long lesson. Okay, and a lot of concepts to cover, but I wanted to cover it in one lesson because I don't want to drag it out too long. Okay, so today what are we talking about here? We're talking about volume and surface area. Now, you might look at that and say, well, what are you exactly talking about? What I'm talking about is three very specific shapes, all right? We'll call those polyhedron. Think of it as like a box, basically, right? Like a three-dimensional figure, in other words. So there are three that are of particular interest to us. It is the rectangular prism, the triangular prism, and the rectangular pyramid. And for each of these today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. One is how to find the volume, all right, of a rectangular prism. And then we're going to talk about the net, all right? How to draw the nets for each of these shapes. So we're going to draw the nets, meaning unfolding a box, think of it like that, right? Of a rectangular prism, of a triangular prism, of a triangular pyramid. And afterwards, we're going to, using that information, we're going to talk about how to find the surface area for each of those, okay? So I hope you noticed that on the side here, I kind of color-coded the shapes because what I want you to be able to see, and what I also didn't want to happen is have you look at all these shapes and get confused. So in the pink here, we got the rectangular prisms. In the orange, we got the triangular prisms. In the green, we have the triangular pyramids, okay? And likewise for surface area, okay? So I think that would help clarify a little bit. Okay, all right, so let's talk. Okay, what is a rectangular prism? So a rectangular prism is essentially your standard, rectangular box, so to speak. So here you got your length, you got your width, and you also have your height. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. For a triangular prism, we have these lengths, right? But we also have the three sides of a triangle. So think about it like this. The difference between a triangular prism and a rectangular prism is that on the side here, they're made out of triangles. But the rest of these sides, if you notice, are actually rectangles. Okay, so in a triangular prism, you got on each end, you got a triangle, but the other three sides in the middle are all rectangles. In a different manner, a rectangular pyramid looks like a pyramid where the base of the pyramid is actually a rectangle or a square. So what you have is you have a square or rectangle sitting at the bottom, and then you got all these sides converging at the top. Okay, and we call that a vertex. So that's the difference between the three. All right, so with that said, let's go into volume. So for volume, you only need to know the volume for a rectangular prism. So volume, very straightforward. This is all you need to know. To find the volume, you need to multiply the length, the width, and the height. And there you have it. So for example, looking at the first one, right? To find the volume of this rectangular prism or box, you will need the length of 0.9, multiply that by the width, multiply that by the height. So this is 0.9 times times 0.9 times, no, 0.9 times, again, feel free to use a calculator, times 0.5, yep. So this is 0.225. Now, maybe I shouldn't have used these numbers, but I think you guys are going to be okay. So, with a calculator. Meters, now it's not meters squared, because meters squared are for two-dimensional objects. This is a three-dimensional object. It's actually meters to the third power, or how do you say it? Meters cubed, all right? Okay, let's try the next one. Again, length, width, and the height. So you multiply these three together. So 7.5 times 4 times 2.5. Now, feel free to turn these into decimals, okay, just to help facilitate the calculations. And so that's what I'm going to do, all right? If you want, you can convert these into improper fractions, multiply, right? You know that. All right, 7.5 times 4 times 2.5 is 75. 75 what? Inches cubed. Cubic inches, actually. That's really how you say it. Okay, all right, now, so that's it. That's so one down, all right, 2 to go. So that's volume. That's all you need to know about volume. For nets, think of a net, right? Again, as you take the box and you unfold the box. What would that box actually look like? So for example, if you take this rectangular prism, right, and you unfold it, you're gonna get several things going on first. So let me see if I could use color coding to match them. So let me erase this. Let's say I stick with purple for this. So one, you got these bigger eyes going on here. I'll try to do a little bit of my sketching. So here you got this going on. Hence, this is the 3 by 2. So this is the, oh wait, my bad. This is 6, right? 6 by 3. So that's this guy. So look, see how I'm matching colors, right, with purple. That's 6 by 3, right? The other one is right here. This dotted line here. This is the other one. It's the one behind, and all the way in the back of the box. So this is the other one. This is also 6 by 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to I'm going to write it in the sides, okay? Because that's going to prove helpful later on, as you will see. So this is 6 by 3, right? Now, to help you see this a little better, I gotta erase this. Otherwise, it's too much going on. But I'm going to keep these. Let's use green, right? Now, here we got these two sides here. These are smaller sides, by the way. I don't know if you can notice. So we got this. Here. That's this one right here. That's this one. Now, what is that? That's a 2 by 6. So that's a 2 by 6, okay? Where's the other one? Yeah, it's the one on the left. Right here, all right? Because that's 2 and by 6. So that's a 2 by 6. Okay, got that? Now, that leaves us with 2 more sides. And where do you think that would be? Yeah, on the top and the bottom. So the top here would be this one, which is here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do the other one. No, I'm shaking my head right now. I labeled it, but I didn't draw I didn't like color the sides in. Okay, and then lastly, the blue on the top. Right here. This is this. And at the bottom, now which is a what? 2 by 3, right? It's a 2 by 3. That's a 2 by 3 because this is 3, so that's 3 and that's 2. Okay. And down here, likewise, right? A 2 by 3 right here. So that's the last box. So that's like the top cover, if you think of it like that. So there you have it. So that's what happens when you unfold it. Okay, so let's try one more together. Here now, look at this, right? Let's take care of these big size first. So here we got a 5 by 4, right? Because this says 5 here, this says 4. So it's a 5 by 4 size. So that's the largest one. So that's this one, 5 by 4. Right? And then we got this one. Which is down here, I would have to assume. Yep. Yeah, it's almost like every other box, right? So I'm going to label that too. And then what else? I'll erase this. What else? We got, we got these two sides, right? So what is this? This is a, this is a 3 by 4, right? 3 here, 4 up here, which is 3 by, hold on, that's a 4, right? So that's a 4. So this is a 3, wait, hold on. No, this is the 3 by 4. This is the 3 by 4. Hold on, let me double check. Wait, so this, hold on, this is the flap on the side actually. So this is the 3 by 4. Yeah, 3, 3, and the 4 here. Okay. So that's 3 by 4. And then the other flap on the side would be right here, right? 3 by 4. So that's the flap on the other side. So let me draw that. Okay, all right. Now, with that said, let me erase this. And then what you have is these two. Because I drew this, I drew the back, I drew the 2 flaps, and now we got the bottom, the 3 by 5s. So that's the 3 by the 5 here, all right? So let's say, let's use blue. So we got the bottom here, 3 by 5. Like so, okay? So that's a 3 by 5. Let me color that in. And then three by 5, like so. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now these things don't, you don't expect a quick question or a quick resolution. Okay, these you really just gotta take the time to do it. Okay, having said that, try these two. Okay, what would that look like? Actually, you know what? In the interest of time, we need to work on the other nets also. So hold on, let's see. Because I think I might have given you too many examples, actually. Actually, no, we can do it. All right, so let's do one more. How about that? Let's just do one more. Let's do this one. Okay, all right, let's give it a go. So now I'm not even giving you this picture, right? I'm asking you to what? Start from the beginning. Now the way you can, now there's several ways you can draw the net, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you one of my ways of doing it. And the way I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna put these flaps out like so. So when I turn the flaps like this and like this, I'm gonna get, now it's not the best drawing. I'm not really a good person at drawing stuff. But I get the two flaps, right? So I'm like kind of ripping the flaps off like this, right? So here I got 3, and then the long side of the flap is 6. So here we have a 3 by 6, okay? And what I'm gonna do is, let me see if I could just keep all the colors on here. I'll use red. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at this one here. Now, let's see. How could we do this? Let's see, we took 2. Yep, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep the 2 here together like this. So in other words, what I'm saying is I'm gonna take the 2 flaps, I'm gonna connect it to the one that's bottom. So I'm gonna start there, okay? Now again, this is a little long. I can see that now, but it's all right. If I label them, I'd be okay. So here we got 3, and down here we got 8. Okay, now let's see. So that means, right, the next part will be this one. It's the one that's facing us. Oops, hold on. All right, not the best drawing. Okay, so I'm gonna connect it down here because there's just more space down here. I'm gonna draw it kind of like a wider rectangle. All right, so that's 8, right, again here. And then how long is this side? Yeah, 6, right, because this is 8 by 6 here. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw this next one again, right, because remember how it kind of took turns? Yeah. I gotta erase this. So here, you just notice I'm switching back to red. All right, I'm gonna draw this. So again, this is 3 by 8. And then lastly, I'm gonna go back to the purple. The big rectangle here like this. And here we have like a 6 by 8 again. So that's the net, okay? So with that said, go ahead and try this last one on your own, all right? And see what you get. Okay, now, triangle prisms, slightly easier. So I started off with the toughest one. And the hard part about doing nets for rectangular prisms is that sometimes you might get the impression that every side looks the same, right? And you're not wrong per se, because these are all rectangles, let's face it, right? With triangular prisms, things get a little bit easier because you're gonna have 2 sides that are triangles. So what you do is you have to lay out the 2 triangles like so. So for example, here you got your first triangle. So that's a 5 by 12. Okay, let's say this one. And here, you're gonna have another rectangle here. Triangle, sorry. That's also 5 by 12, right? So the purples are your triangles. And then what you see is, you see this little side here, off on the side? That's this one in the back, okay? So, as you can see, right, this is 5 by 14, right? 5, and this is 14, I guess. That's 14, that's 14, that's 14. So this is the 5 by 14 here. Now, some of these, sometimes I just feel like they're not drawn to scale, so you're gonna have to scrutinize it a little bit more. Okay, so we have 5 by 14 here, so that matches. Now I'm gonna erase it just to make everything a little bit easier to look at again. By the way, I know this lesson is gonna be very long, okay, so, all right. Now, here we got this huge base here, all right? So that's where this goes. This is here. It's the base that sits at the bottom. How do I know? is 14 by 12. Right here, tells you so, right? Hold on, I gotta pause for a second. So here we got the 12 by 14, right? It tells you so, right? So the dimension sometimes tells you that. And then lastly, I got this gigantic flap on the top. So this is the largest part of the whole shape, as you can see here also. All right, so that's a 13 by 14, as you can see, right? 13, 14. Okay, all right. So try these two on your own. Oh, there's 3. Yeah, try 2 of these on your own. Okay, press pause and then press resume when you're ready. Okay, all right, here we go. So here we have 3. So let's draw the 2 triangles first. So the way I'm going to visualize this is I'm going to have the 2 triangles here. Like so. So I'm going to draw the triangles out first. All right, I'm going to draw it exactly the way I see it here. And I'm going to label it, because labeling, guys, I'm going to tell you, labeling is the most important thing, because it allows you to see, it allows you to orient the shape. So here I got a, let's see, I'll just use same ink. 10. And up here I got 12. All right, and so these two are 13s. But those isosceles triangle, right? These two are 13. So now I'm addressing this one. Actually, I was addressing this one, not the other one. Sorry. So that's 13, that's 13, that's 10 at the bottom. 12 is the height, okay? All right, now with that said, now I'm going to draw the 3 sides. And I'm going to look at this one first. Like this one all the way at the base. Like this. See the blue thing here, right? That's the base. So I'm gonna link, because that's what connects these 2 triangles. All right, now, how long is this? That's 14, right? How long is this? That's 10. Okay, not too bad. All right, now, I'm gonna unfold this side here, the red one. So let me erase this first. I'm gonna unfold this one. So imagine it's like a tent, right? And you wanna deconstruct the tent. So I'm gonna turn this, I'm gonna go like this with the tent. So I'm gonna like, imagine I'm just like taking the tent off like this. So now I got this flap here, like so. That's for this, right? Where this is 14, that's 14, this is 14, that makes this 13. Right? Now, when I do the same thing, right? So this is the one you can't see, it's being hidden, right? And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna like rip the tent off in the other direction. So now that means I got another flap here, all right? Now I can't even draw it here because you won't be able to see it. Like so, right? Here I got my 14, right? The 14, let's do this. So the 14, maybe this is not bad. All right, so this is 14. And hence, this is 13. Okay, and there you have it. All right, let's do one last one, okay? Just want to make sure you guys are okay. Again, I'm going to target the triangles first. Like so. So this guy, I'm going to draw this guy down here. All right, I feel I'm going to need a lot of space. Like that, right? So that's 6 off of the side. Did they tell you the height? They didn't even tell you the height. Is that right? Okay, all right. I don't know what the height is, but right now that's irrelevant. 6, these are 5, so that's a 5, that's a 5. Yeah? Now I'm gonna take these. So that's a 5 and that's a 5. And this is 6. And there we have our 2 triangles, right? And now I'm gonna very carefully, again, look at the thing that connects the 2 of them. Maybe I should stick with the same color, yeah. All right, so down here, I got that rectangle at the bottom, right? That connects the 2 triangles together through the bottom, like so. All right, the drawing wasn't very good. And that is 6, right? It says it, right? So that's 6. How long is this? 8. Okay, now again, I'm gonna take the 2/10. Let's see, I'll use red, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take the 2/10, so I'm gonna go like this way first. So I'm gonna do, again, rip it off to the side like this, so it will unfold like such. So that would be 8, and that's 5. Okay, right? The longest side's 8, longest side's 8, and then we got the 5 here, right? Because that's the 5. Do the same thing here. I'm gonna rip it off like this. So now I got this. I made it a little too long, so it's okay. So again, 5 and 8. And that's how you do it, okay? All right, for the easiest one, the triangular pyramid, super duper simple. Let's switch colors there. Let's switch things up. All right, so here I have a base, which is the square or rectangle. In this case, this is a square. How do I know? It's 4 by 4, right? So I'm gonna draw a square here. You see how I didn't even have like the original drawing here. You know what? I should put the 4 in there. Yeah, and now I got my 4 triangles that surrounds it. So these are all 4 by 7s. So, right, because that's 4. So that's 4 by 7. Right, base of 4, height of 7. There's another side, another side, another side. So in other words, it's a 1 green base here and 4 triangles that connects at one point, right? Which is what I called earlier the vertex. So that's 4 by 7. All right, straightforward. 4 by 7. 4 by 7. Okay, that's how you do these nets here. All right, let's move down. Same thing. I have a 25 by 25, right? So again, I'll make it smaller. I don't want to take up too much space. 25 by 25. Here I got my 4 triangles. Like so. In fact, you see how I'm doing this? I'm like just drawing and labeling it later, right? Because that's 20. Oh, that's not good. 25 by 32. Okay, that's how you do it. All right, so try this last one on your own. That's a 24 by 24. Okay, so yeah, go ahead, try that. All right, okay. Now, lastly, I am going to connect. I'm going to connect what we learned earlier with the nets and talk about what surface area. So let me give you a little primer on what a surface area is. So surface area is when you take the shape, right? And you're saying, hey, look, I don't care what's inside. I just care about the how much cover I would need. So imagine you're gift wrapping a box, right? How much cover would I need so that I could cover this box perfectly on all sides with nothing left over? Think of it like that. So in other words, this is a very good analogy, I hope. Whereas if you see a two-dimensional shape, right, the distance around the shape, we call that a perimeter, right? And inside, what do we call that? Yeah, the area. In terms of a three-dimensional object, the inside here, so imagine you're filling this box with water. That's called a volume. So in a way, for in a two-dimensional polygon, area is the stuff inside. For three-dimensional polyhedron, volume is the stuff inside. So knowing that, what do you think I'm gonna call all the stuff, all the distance that's around a three-dimensional shape? Yeah, that's the surface area. I'm going to use it as a surface area. So in other words, volume is an idea that's similar to area, and, well, that's a lot of arrows. Surface area is connected to perimeter. Okay, think of it like that. Okay, all right. So let me erase all of this. Now, let me show you then. Okay, and I'm going to cut this short soon. Okay, so hang in there. You're almost there. You guys are doing a great job. So how do you find the surface area, right? That's all you need to do. Draw the net, label the sides, and then for each and every single one of these shapes, you find the area of the shape. So what you're saying is, how much gift wrapping paper would I need for this? How much gift wrapping paper would I need for this, every single rectangle. So we'll do 2 of these. Now, not coincidentally, I used the exact same questions up here. Right? See that? Right? The way that I showed you earlier, that's the exact same questions that I showed you earlier. So what I'm going to do is this then. We're going to do the math here. All right, so did I just erase something? Oh, that's surface area. Yeah, I'm doing it right. Oh, I just didn't start. Okay, all right. So purple. Okay, here we go. So for example, this is a 2. So this is 2, right? How long was this? Actually, you know what? What we should do is we should take this back up here, actually, because all the numbers are there already. Just super duper easy. Yeah, perfect. Oops. Perfect. Yeah. All right, I guess I didn't even need to do that. Okay, good thing I kept these numbers. Okay, let me use a different color marker. Let's use something fantastic. Like, let's go with pink. All right, hot pink. There we go. All right. Easy to see. Okay, so 2 by 3, 6, 6 by 2, 12, 6 by 3, 18, 6 by 2, 12, 6 by 3, 18, 3 by 2, 6. And then you got to add all 6 sides together. So we can do that real quick. All right, if you want to, you can write it out. I'm just going to use my calculator. All right, because I don't want to take up that much more of your time. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, so I'm going to do 6 plus 12 plus 18 plus 6 plus 12 plus 18. All right, and I got 72. So what's the surface area? 72 centimeter squared, not volume, right? Surface area square. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's try this one. 5 by 4, 20, 3 by 4, 12, 3 by 5, 15, 5 by 4, 20, 3 by 5, 15, 3 by 4, 12. Okay, so let's add these up. So let's see, I got 20 plus 12 plus 15 plus 12 plus 20 plus 15. I got 94. Fantastic. Okay, all right, I'm feeling good because I can sense that we're almost done. Knowing that, let's do one of these together from scratch, okay? Because I know that would make you feel a little better. As a matter of fact, we are going now. Let me go back up. Hold on real quick. Yeah, these, so I'll leave you to, why don't you do this? Do this, what I did up here for this one. So I kept the numbers, all right, just for you guys. So do that here, see what the answer is. And then now I'm gonna slide down to this, which is what I asked you to do earlier. All right, let's do that. Okay, so here I'm gonna lay this out. Let me see, let me check the time. Wow, 35 minutes, ay. All right, so, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the flaps on the side first. So I'm gonna lay it out like this, horizontally. I'm gonna rip the flaps out like this, okay? So that is 4, wait a minute. Okay, all right. Wow, it's supposed to be a square actually. Hold on. Okay, all right, well, square flap it is. Yeah, okay, cool, all right. So I got one here, that's 4 3/4. I'm gonna do 4.75, okay? It's a 4.75 by 4.75 on the other end. We got 4.75 by 4.75. All right, and now I got my 4 sides here. So this is super duper simple actually. I got 4.75, right, by 12.5. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna roll 3 more sides out. So again, 12.5, 4.75, another side, right, 4.75, one last one, 4.75. There you go, right? So we got our 6 sides, all right? So real quick, 4.75 times 4.75, what is that? Oh, wow, okay, all right, that's fine. Again, let's use pink. Okay, so this is 22.5625. So I know that this is the same. And then 12.5 times 4.75 is 59.375. And then you're gonna repeat that. And I'm gonna add these. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna multiply this by 4. See what that is. All right. 237.5, and I'm gonna add these last 2. So I'm gonna add 22.5625, and I'm gonna do it one more time. 22.5625. 22.5625 plus another 22.5625. That's 282.625. What is that? Square inches. Okay, that's how you do it. All right. So let's go back up here. And now we're going to talk about how to find the surface area of triangular prisms. Not that much different, actually, because here you got 14 times 5, right? So 14 times 5. I think for these, I only have to do 1 because I just feel like you guys have had so much practice with doing composite figures and all the areas that there's just no point in holding you guys here any longer. So I just did this one. Okay, that's 182. I'm going to do the rectangles first. Okay, so 14 times 12, 168. And then 5 times 12, right? Base times I divided by 2, right? So 5 times 12 is 60 divided by 2, right? Don't forget to divide by 2. That's 30, so that's 30. And then you add these up, so let's do that, okay? All right, I'm going to add the 2 30s up first. Plus 70, plus 168, plus 182. Okay, 480. 480 what? inches square. So do that for this one. Do that for this one. Okay? Lastly, we got this, right? The triangular pyramid. Even easier. 4 by 4, 16. 4 times 7 is what? 28. So that's 14. That's 14. That's 14. That's 14. So that's 16. So let me do that. Let's do 14 times 4, because there are 4 of these, right? Boom, 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 boom. 56. Add this last 16 here. 72. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. All right. So you can do this one, and should you choose to do this one, and I think that covers it. So let me just take one last minute to summarize this with you. Okay. So today we talked about the difference between these 3 shapes: rectangular prism, triangular prism, rectangular pyramid, right? And then afterwards, we talked about how to find the volume of a box, right? Rectangular prism. We talked about how to turn a box, a triangular prism, and a triangular pyramid, right? Actually, this is a rectangular pyramid, actually. Oh, yeah. All right. And a rectangular pyramid, all right? Can't believe I make that big mistake. Okay, and a rectangular pyramid, because the base is a rectangle, right? So, yeah, it's a rectangular pyramid. Okay, my apologies. It's a rectangular pyramid. Did I say that up there? Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, I did say rectangular pyramid. I just misspelled it down here. Okay, all right. Okay, big side of relief. Okay, right? And a rectangular pyramid. And what would they look like if you were to unfold them, right? Like a shape. And lastly, knowing that, how do you find the surface area? Okay, so all right. Thanks for hanging in there. I really, really, really appreciate you watching this, and have a good day.
OMG, that was so good.